I don't have an intro. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave from Chase Summit, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bob & Brad C2 massage gun. The Bob & Brad company sent me this little guy a couple of weeks ago, and I posted a video about this in a massage gun shootout. And this was one of the winners because it was portable, small, powerful, and I really liked it. So after that video, the Bob & Brad company reached out to me again to see if I wanted to check out the C2, which is the big brother to the Q2 Mini. And of course, I said yes, why not? So in this video, I wanted to compare the Q2 Mini to the C2 to see if the C2 is really that big of a step up, if it was really the big brother to the Q2 Mini, and see if it's worth the extra money, because it's a little bit more expensive. Before we get into it, if you find this video helpful or entertaining, please hit that thumbs up button down below and consider subscribing so you don't miss more of my beautiful face in the future. Ah, man, I make myself cringe sometimes. And finally, if you are interested in picking up the Bob & Brad C2 massage gun or the Q2 Mini, I will have links down in the description that do help support my channel, but they cost nothing extra to you. With all that out of the way, let's open this puppy up. Okay, so we've got the Bob & Brad C2 massage gun. Let's open up the box. Right off the bat, there's definitely an increase in size of the case compared to the Q2 Mini. However, this really isn't that big. I do like the look of the case, and it's got this kind of cotton canvas material on the outside. Let's open up the case. Okay, here we go. Inside, we've got the massage gun. We'll pop it out. And there it is. There's the Bob & Brad massage gun. It feels really good. Let's get back to that in a second. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tips, and I typically just stick with the ball one. Wow, that's really hard to get out of there. I got it, don't worry. So we'll stick the ball tip on there for now. What else do we get in the box? So we've got a USB Type-C charging cable, and that's really nice to see. So most of these larger massage guns that I have, I've got a whole bunch of them on the shelf back here. They typically come with a barrel connector, which means you have to carry around their own proprietary charger. Having USB Type-C charging is a really big advantage because that means you can just use your phone charger or your laptop charger and not have to carry around multiple wires. So I really like that this has Type-C, even though it's a larger massage gun. We've got our user manual here, which, you know, it's pretty straightforward. I'm not sure I'll need that. And then we've got this little extra sleeve, and this is actually a really thoughtful thing to include. All these little ends, these little tip things, have a rubber sleeve around them, and that just prevents vibration when it's in the actual massage gun. And if you lost one, that'd be a real bummer. It would kind of make this trash, right? So they include these extra ones, so if you lose one, you can pop it on. I really like that. All right, so let's move the case aside and just look at the massage gun itself. All right, so here's the Bob & Brad C2 massage gun. This thing has a really robust feeling design. It's plastic, yeah, but it is a chunky, it just feels like nothing's rattly, everything's really tight. It just feels well made. It feels really high quality. And honestly, this doesn't feel like that big of a massage gun. We'll get into the comparison with the Q2 in a second. So around the back of the device, you've got a single button with 5 LEDs. These 5 LEDs indicate the 5 intensity levels of the massage gun. So if you tap and hold that button, it turns on, you can actually hear it. And down below here, these are 4 LED indicators to show the battery status. In my last video about massage guns, I used this Decibel Meter app to see how loud they were. So I'm gonna do that again for this guy, and then we'll compare it to some of those older ones from that other video. So this is the lowest speed setting. We're getting about 60 decibels here. This is the high speed setting. We're getting about 66 decibels on the high speed. So let's go ahead and compare that reading to the Q2 that I reviewed before, because this thing was really quiet. On the low setting, the Q2 is at around 50 decibels. And on the high setting, right around 55 decibels. So the Bob & Brad Q2 is definitely much quieter, but the new C2 massage gun feels a lot more powerful. Let's do a little bit of comparison there. Here's the high setting. Yeah, the Bob & Brad C2 massage gun is way more powerful than the Q2 Mini, like maybe twice as powerful. Not only is it more powerful, but the stroke of it is actually a bit further. The Bob & Brad Q2 Mini has a 7mm stroke, whereas the Bob & Brad C2 has an 8mm stroke, so that's a full millimeter more of penetration when you're pushing it into your muscle. And then obviously there's a big size difference between the Bob & Brad Q2 Mini and the C2. However, like I said before, the Bob & Brad C2 isn't that big for a full-size massage gun. Usually they get a lot more bigger than this for this kind of power, but the C2 is definitely smaller. So the Bob & Brad C2 has a non-removable 2500 milliamp hour battery, and that's a pretty good size. I think you'll get a lot of use out of this before you need to charge it. However, because the battery is not removable, this is probably not a great option for a professional who uses this thing day in and day out, because if the battery dies, you can't just pop it off and pop a new one on. The Bob & Brad weighs in at just 1.5 pounds, and that's with all the accessories and everything. So that's pretty lightweight to throw in your backpack or in your luggage or whatever. And the Bob & Brad C2 has a 35 pound stall torque, which means you'd have to push down with 35 pounds into your muscle in order to get this thing to stall out and stop working. That's a lot of force. You'd probably hurt yourself before you got this thing to stall. I'll have both the Bob & Brad C2 and the Q2 Mini linked down in the description. Those are affiliate links, so I do get a small commission if you decide to purchase these things, but it doesn't cost anything extra to you to use those links. With all that being said, the Bob & Brad C2 is a pretty awesome massage gun for the money. This is probably the winner in that little shootout I did a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't actually have this thing in my possession. I really do like this thing. It feels solid. It's affordable, it's not big, it's got USB Type-C charging, and it's a really good companion to the Bob & Brad Q2 Mini. And really, if you really enjoy massage guns, owning both of these might be the way to go, because you kind of have the best of both worlds. You get a little bit of power that you can leave at home, and then you've got the Q2 Mini that you can throw in your backpack. Anyways, this is just a super short video about the Bob & Brad C2 massage gun and what I think about it so far. Let me know down in the description below. Do you have one of these? Have you tried the Bob & Brad, or do you have another brand? I want to know what you're using, and if you like it or not, let me know in the comments down below. Okie dokie, that's the end of another video. I have nothing else to say.